Hey everybody, I was going to do one more video on the word problems on IXL. Just one additional help video to help you guys work through these problems. So in this problem, we got two kids at a summer camp. Their names are Alexa and Layla, right there. And they're competing in a potato sack race. Alexa is younger, so she's given a head start of 10 yards. So Alexa gets a 10-yard head start. Yeah, that's okay, we'll just keep it black. When the race starts, Alexa hops at a rate of 3 yards per second. So 3 yards per second. So that's for Alexa. And then let's write some Layla down here. And Layla hops at 4 yards per second. Okay. Now we have a starting point for Alexa because she got a 10-yard head start. So she started at 10 already just because she's younger, so she gets a head start. And she's going at 3 yards per second, hopping in her little potato sack. Now Layla, she's going at 4 yards per second. But the question is, where did she start? Well, did she get a head start? Nope, she didn't. So she started at the very beginning. And we would call that 0, because she just started at the beginning. Okay? So we'll make this one in blue, and we'll make this one in red. Okay, so let's open up our notes over here so we can work on our equations. So now I've got a rate for Alexa. I have a rate and a starting point. Which, as we learn, we know that the starting point is y-intercept and the rate is the slope. And the same thing down here. So y-intercept and slope there. Okay, so let's write our first equation. First equation is going to be y equals, our slope is 3 yards per second, times x, plus 10 was her starting point. Okay, now let's go down to Layla. Y equals 4 is her rate, yards per second. She's moving in that potato sack. And she started at 0. So the y-intercept 0. But as we know, we don't need to write 0, so it's just y equals 4x. But I put the 0 there for reference, just so we know that, hey, she started at 0, because that's going to be important when we graph it. Okay? So let's bring this back up. And here's our equation. And let's go ahead and graph it. So first we're going to start with Alexa. Alexa started at 10. And then she went. And her rate is 3 over 1. But remember, just like the last video, this is going by tens, so I need to adjust the slope. Let's use the blue. I need to adjust her slope in order for it to fit on this graph. So it goes by 10, so I'm going to multiply times 10. Remember, if I multiply the top and the bottom, it's still going to be the same number. It's just going to look a little different. So now I have to go up 30. So from 10, go up to 40, and then over 10. Right there. Okay? And then for, who's the second girl? Layla. For Layla, her rate is 4 over 1. So we'll do the same thing. Multiply both top and bottom by 10. And it'll be 40 over 10. So for Layla, make sure we click on Layla. We're going to start at 0, because remember, she didn't get a head start, so she started at 0. And she is going to go up to 40, and then over to 10. And there's our point of intercept. check our answer. Let me bring my notes back over here so we can double check it. Actually, let's move this over here. Okay, so I'm going to plug this 10 into here, into that equation, just to double check it. Y is equal to 3 times 10 plus 10. Then we need to make sure it's equal to 40, remember? So let's actually erase that y. So it's going to be equal to 40. Well, it should be, if we're right. 3 times 10 is 30, plus 10. And then we know that 30 plus 10 is 40, so that works. Alright? And just to be double sure, I'm going to go ahead and plug it right back into the other one too. So this should equal 40. Oh, let's use the blue color, red. So now I'm going to plug that in. I'm going to set y as 40. And then it's 4 times 10. And of course we know that 4 times 10 is 40. Okay? So let's go back to our other screen. And then our point. Now it's asking what was the distance they went. And that is 40 yards. Okay? And let's see what it says. Correct. Alright. Okay, that's it.